eroders, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of steel that could be recycled through Firestone, so I think it would be a good thing that we could, get them free recycling, and that also, helps donate a little bit more back towards the village.
The other thing we'll include in the letter, I hope, if we get this information, one of the business owners that called me was Linda DeBrune. She's the owner of the Hainesville Print Mail County Center. And she was really sorry she couldn't attend. She said usually Wednesday evenings are perfect for her, but she did have this commitment. She hopes we'll continue to meet. And one thing that she has always thought about doing, she has the means to provide it with her business, is she has always wanted to publish a Hainesville business directory. And she's willing to do so if we help her gather the information. So I am going to meet with her in the near future to see exactly what she would need to do that, and maybe we can talk about that in the letter to spur attendance as well.
I wonder if any of them said anything, or whether you might want to mention it at the next meeting, about having them put some kind of cards with discounts or something as incentive for new residents. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
So
And it was thrown on the table for those who were in attendance. We tell every business that comes in repeatedly that they are welcome to put something on our website. We encourage them to put something, on our newsletter. So it's something that they don't take advantage of. I think part of it is they just get caught up in the everyday, like we all do, and it's an afterthought. So we need to change that, and maybe with the quarterly meetings.
Be a little more proactive and get it out there too,
Yeah.
in front of them saying, you've got a nice business, spring's coming up, like for the painting people, painting business that we have in town. Wintertime, it's kind of slow for them, but okay, do a spring rollout special. We'll give you, X number of discount or something like that. Let us come out and quote your job for you. I mean, that would be a good way for them to drive some growth in the springtime, whether it gets back into the painting business. The nail shop could do something for the ladies for the holiday. I don't think Subway's allowed to do anything with, promotions outside of what corporate has, but.
Well, I think we are off to a good start. I think
Yeah.
we have enough to certainly go to the next meeting, and we'll hope that it'll
We'll have
continue
enough to
to
bring
grow.
to the table to show that we're continuing.
But we do want to bring, I want to bring some heavy hitters and kind of let them drive this next meeting. I think Al Maiden, and then with Walter, and let them
Yeah.
kind of drive the
We'll
show.
just kind of sit back and steward it.
I think it's great that they're enthusiastic about this, and
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
a nice thing that we started.
I agree.
A couple of comments, as I mentioned. You had mentioned that one of the problems with the people in the strip mall, especially, I guess, Firestone, was they had a lot of steel stuff to recycle.
I don't know that. Kevin just said that.
Well, it's
I don't
not a
know
motor
that.
shop, and if they.
No, well, I was saying.
But we have Clearview Recycling right in town.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. That's assuming they have that kind of stuff
I think
and
they
would
do.
be willing to, to pull it down and they could get some revenue by turning it into.
I think they know
The other question was, how many brick and mortar businesses do we have, and of those, how many were not able to attend? You know, offhand? Just,
I don't know what the complete number of brick and mortar is. We only had one in attendance, which was, Kim from the nail shop, and we had.
that. Brian,
Walters.
we had Brian.
And we have Brian, so
Yeah.
that's two. Yeah, he's not a brick and mortar retail, he's more, but he's.
Well, I think you need any brick and mortar, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, you need any. Quintex?
Quintex, so we had three, I don't know how many total are brick and
five
mortar.
Firestone people weren't there?
We had,
No, Firestone were not.
no. That's why I said I'm gonna contact Joe Kane. Yeah, we had one home business present and 5 retail or rental. Yeah, storefront businesses,
Just
yeah.
want to get.
Yeah.
Storefront's
We
not
have-
brick and mortar terminology.
We have 55 business licenses?
60.
60, okay, but 18 of those are home businesses.
So we had
So
about
that's our
20%.
that's our numbers.
Yeah, we had about 20%.
I know our numbers.
Thank you.
Peter, I just want to say, Firestone does do a coupon for our new residents. And I asked him every few months, he still wants to do it, he does do it.
He does do it. And is he the only one that still does it?
He's the only one, Fairbanks.
Well, they used to. So that's a good point to bring up, is that we'll say, you know, Firestone still does this.
Do you want to
Is
participate?
that, yeah. And I think just the other point, you mentioned like Fab Nails, holiday time, yeah, they want to advertise, but they also do great business then. It's the harder times, or the leaner times. January and February is when it's slow for them. So that's when you really want to help them more. Let's move on to public safety. Trustee Dina Hine.
Hi. So we have the Halloween festivities coming on Saturday. I pretty much have everything at home, ready to drop in the bags, to make the goodie bags. We go out and buy the gift cards. We met with the storyteller, so we know how we're going to set that up. We've ordered the tent. We're going to have the campfires instead of a bonfire. And then early in the morning or early in the afternoon is when we'll have the kids come out and participate in the parade, and the adults can also go and do the food contest. So we'll see how that all goes. Hopefully we're going to have good weather. I'm afraid to check, so we'll see.
It keeps flip-flopping. Think positive. It'll be good. It'll be fine.
It'll be good. I did get to correspond with Fire Marshal from Round Lake, and so I'm going to be meeting with him sometime next week.
Yay!
Yay!
Success.
Yes, to figure out the emergency evacuations for the Village Hall and Public Works. And then right before this meeting, I was actually at Lake County Health Department open house. They had a lot of different agencies and programs there, so I got all kinds of paperwork and then came here, so I didn't get to look at anything. So that's
Okay. So you'll have good goodies for us in the near future,
it.
is
We'll
it?
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything knock you out there that you saw, or?
I was so surprised at how many groups were there. I mean, they probably had about 40 different tables
Wow.
set up with different things.
Wow.
So I didn't see a lot of the sign-in board. I didn't see a lot of other trustees so much. I think it's really maybe geared more for either the police or the teachers or doctors and nurses who get to actually see a lot of it was for at-risk kids and stuff like that. So I think it's for people who see those kids, and then where do you bring them? Well, we don't really get to see that so much, but maybe if we put it out there that these programs are there,
Something in the newsletter.
right, somebody
link
will
on the
know somebody
website.
who needs it, and then they get help that way.
Okay. Well, thank you for attending.
Thank you for asking me.
A link would be good if I'll email you, because my wife teaches with special needs kids and at-risk kids. in
Okay.
Really tough districts, so that might be an additional resource for her.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Sure. That's it.
Okay. Next up is administration. Me, Marilyn DeSoro. Okay. So everybody has a copy of the Public Works job advertisement, which Terry Brown so kindly composed with our input, and I think it turned out really well. That being said, if anybody has any ideas or input, we still have the opportunity to tweak it or change it. If everybody feels good about it after tonight, then I will have Roseanne post it on our village website effective tomorrow, so it will be on there as well.
Those are words that you changed, I just had to find.
Oh, and I bet you it's the read water meters, and it should be compiles, and it says complies.
That, and in coordination of.
I'm sorry, where are you at?
Under about the position,
Okay,
the third line at the end, where it says coordination of third-party contractors.
Right.
It should be with,
okay,
because it's with in other places in the
okay,
thing.
okay. Any Any other comments or changes? Now, the other thing that I forward everyone for email today, but if you haven't had a chance to check your email, we have extra copies of the actual job description. Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
Kelly.
all right, I was waiting.
Okay.
I was waiting for the board.
Okay.
Reading both the announcement and the description, one thing that I wasn't involved with, so I don't know if this has changed, but there's no information about budget preparation. The Jeff prior did work with the budget. So I don't see any financial background in here.
In the job description or the advertisement?
I don't see it in either place.
Because I could have sworn we did have it in the job description.
Be simple enough to put in the advertisement under executive duties.
Right, the last time.
Helps develop department budget. Fixes sound system.
I'm wondering if we should include, since we have it in the job description, some of the physical demands. Because that may be, I noticed in some of the applicants that we had, some of them may have a problem with some of the physical aspects of the duties, so we ought to put that in there.
Well, Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, because one of the things Terry and I went back and forth on, these advertisements are very expensive, very expensive. And so, most qualified applicants, I think it's correct, Terry, interject and correct me if I'm wrong, these are pretty basic physical requirements for most public works jobs.
And we've got a 50-pound.
Yes.
So occasionally may have to move.
Lift, yeah, lift.
Here's what, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, please do.
What we were trying to do here, you could make this.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You could make this thing 6 pages long.
Well, yeah.
And then, as the mayor said, the cost, the thing is, we tried to scale it down to a page, give or take, because otherwise, you know what happens with people, even though they're government looking for a job, if we've got too many, I would rather get them in for an interview, and then, you know, all of us talk to them, talk about what their qualifications are and that type of thing.
Well, actually, you do have something about physical demands versus on the second
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
I think.
So that's
And yeah, and a lot of this, I think, will also be screened out over the phone too, before we even go to the full in-person interview. I'm pleased with the applications we've gotten so far. I mean, not all of them are perfect, I haven't gone over with a fine-tooth comb, but I think we're right on the right track,
But it was quick.
you know. A couple odd ones, but that happens with anything. I had a call from New York today.
So we said.
Yeah. And he left me a voicemail, and I love the voicemail. I think I erased it, I should have saved it, because he told me he worked for the Statue of Liberty in New York.
I wonder if she pays.
Long commute.
Doesn't that say bring us your report?
We are.
It's the poor part is what I think.
Mayor, he may be a Mets fan that's looking to jump ship.
Okay, so Kelly, the budget was certainly a very good catch.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I strongly feel that they'll be implementing, maintaining, overseeing the budget.
Now, in the memo that I sent to the board, you know, we talked about salary range. We're not advertising it, we're talking about based on experience, but of course your question would be, what is the range? So we are thinking somewhere between 43 and 55,000, depending on experience. And then the other topic that came up when we said what would be marketable, Terry Brown felt that we should take a look at the insurance stipend, which is currently $150 a month. So I contacted Trustee Daly on that point, and he is looking into some new insurance that's coming out through Blue Cross Blue Shield in 2016. Or we have to explore, do we want to raise the stipend? I asked Terry what he felt. He thought we should go to $250 a month. And that also brings up the question, because it's been raised before, do we need to raise the stipend across the board?
If we give them a stipend, that assumes, I guess, that they would buy their own insurance rather than.
Yeah, or they're paying maybe through a spouse, you know.
What I'm looking into is, I saw a newspaper article in the Arrow about Blue Cross Blue Shield partnering with Condell and offering what they call some low-cost HMO plans. The initial feedback I got back from contacts, not as low cost as I would hope, but I'm still looking into it.
So there'll be more information coming from that, but I just want the board to be aware of what we're thinking and what's reality. And so if you want to noodle on that or just have any other input. I think we can certainly get a qualified candidate, and I think they'll have budget prep experience. I think they're still going to need assistance, certainly. They're not going to be like a public works administrative person behind a desk that's going to do the full-blown budget.
What is our target to have this person on board?
We said 30 days for the.
Yeah,
for
December
the ad.
1st.
Well, yeah.
And then after that, probably the interview process, and then another 30 to 45 days.
Because we will probably be well on our way to doing something with the budget before the person actually gets on board.
Right.
So we're looking at what, January 1st, Terry? Somewhere?
Somewhere in that area.
Sometime in January. I don't know if it would be right on the first.
No,
Depends,
but-
yeah. Depends how many applicants come in, how fast, and how fast we go through.
And remember, this is advertised as a working superintendent.
Yeah.
You get people to apply who are used to a desk administrator. You know what I mean, and that type of thing. This has to be someone, because you're on the field, majority of the day, so that's one of the things we'll carefully look at.
Also, this candidate will have to go through a physical and drug test. That will be, so they'll also have to complete that process.
And a background check.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll get it out.
Pardon me?
Background check?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
all the above, so that adds a little time too. But I think that's real important, we're not gonna skip that.
No, you gotta do it. It's a safety sensitive position.
Okay, any other thoughts or input on that?
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, no.
Good try, Jerry.
Nice try is right. Real quick, some additional thoughts from recent trans meeting. I've been on a transit tour of Lake County in many regards. I met with Lake County Chairman Aaron Lawler Friday afternoon. It's the first time that he and I have been able to sit down and just really have a chat, an informal chat, since my being appointed to the PACE Board representing Lake County. And also present was Kathleen O'Connor, Township Supervisor and oversees paratransit for LCC, TSC.
President.
Yeah, President. And it was a real good meeting. One of the things I was really shocked at, and this is picking up steam real fast, I'm happy to say. For all the documents and all the maps that I have received about dedicated bus routes and paratransit boundaries from all these different organizations and such, it amazed me that nobody could produce a map, one map, that shows me all the dedicated bus routes, where the train stations are, and the paratransit boundaries. And the bus stops location is very crucial, because one of my drums I've been beating on this thing since day one is that nobody is paying attention to the bus stops. Residents say they want bus service, and PACE will come back and say there's not enough ridership, or we tried that and it didn't work. Well, if you look where they put the bus stop, I wouldn't stand there either, because you're taking your life in your hands, number one, either where they put the bus stop, to be hit by a car, splashed by the elements, or the other question is there a way to walk to that bus stop and get there from wherever you are? And if so, how far does that route go? How many people can that bus stop serve? And so for all this conversation I've had about there's not enough ridership, or we tried it and it didn't work, we need to make a decision where to put the next route, we need to make a decision. I finally looked at everybody and I said, I don't know how you make a decision at all. If you cannot look at a map and say, there is a barrier there, most of the people could walk to that bus stop. So it got Aaron Lawler thinking about, well, we need to look at it from any other planning route. In fact, what just got delivered tonight, and we haven't had time to put them out, we got the new Lake County highway and bike path maps. We need the same kind of map for planning on transportation. And why is this so important along with Route 53 and 120? I'll tell you why. Do you remember a man named Elijah Haines that founded this town? If you want to know why the oldest village in Lake County stopped growing and wound up losing its school and its post office, it's because the railroad station that was supposed to go here did. It went to Round Lake. Elijah Haines dragged his feet. A gentleman in Round Lake donated the land for the train station, and history took its course. Now, I thank Elijah some days because I'm grateful for our small town, but we do not want to miss the bus literally on transportation.
We're going under it.
Every business that's going to come out here, or employer, looks at not just the demographics of who lives in the circle. They want to know, if I'm located here, how can people get to me? Whether it's not just by driving and on the new toll road that will be built eventually, but can they walk to me? Can they take a bus to me? Etc. So that's my transit mantra for the evening, and with that I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:45.
Any questions?
I want to know what's so funny.
Anything I can help